All right, guys, another pre-market live trade Thursday morning here. Just got jobless claims data, and we just started the pop. Now, again, I'm very fond of a lot of the gaps here, and we have triple. If you look to the left over here, 3 different gaps, and algorithms love to fill 1 minute gaps. One of them is detrimental. 3 of them, that's a guarantee. So I'm long ES here from the bottom, and we have points from 5,007 all the way up to 5,011. So not a huge move, but 4 points nonetheless. We took 1 ES. I'll probably add in here a little bit if we get a little sucker back and forth move here. As it's consolidating here, the VIX looks real hot. If we look at the VIX, we have a coming off a lower high RSI swap. We can get to the bottom channel. We could swap that down, but just a scalp from here, a couple points up. We're going to see if we can trade manage this up and hold some Q fibs. We do have some fib right here. Let me move this back down. This is from yesterday on that 15-minute all-time high dump. I took the high lows of the 15-minute dump for the fibs, and usually the 100 fibs is great support. So we washed it today. We didn't open in a gap up or anything like that. Came back down to the 100 fib, started maintaining around here for a nice little 0 fib, and this is the half candle retrace as well. So we have multiple supports stacking up for our regular play. So the 100% fib would hold right here. We'll have low VWAP. We got half candle retrace and pre-market low. We just want to pop back up a little bit here to fill some of the gaps up on ES because they're usually very clean to fill. Yesterday was the only time I've ever seen a 1 minute gap not fill. We have 3 different ones here. So I'm going to bank on that being pretty solid.
Order filled.
So let me just keep scooting a few in here, average in, slow roll, and then if we get that 4-point push back up, that's all I really want. 50, 11, 50, 11, 50. So I got 2 ES contracts, like I said, about 100 green-ish, back and forth, just slapping. And again, these gaps, these algo gaps, they are so clean to fill a lot of the times. And we have massive support on the Qs helping us out with pre-market as well. So stop out for me here would probably be under 100 EMA 1 minute. So I'll be watching the ES to see if that 100 EMA starts to close under. We have some big volume profiles here at 5,675 right here. So we need some maintenance above that. We are obviously under some major moving averages like the 200 SMA 1 minute. So we got to get over this guy. And that'll take some time. So we can get some consolidation here. We don't have to have some kind of big move right off the jobs data. It wasn't that crazy. Mainly neutral. This is a pure technical analysis play to get back up to those gaps. Slowly but surely for the rest of pre-market is what you really want to see is like a slow back test. Notice too, if we go back here, we haven't had any like crazy 666 tags. We did have a back test. We had a confirmational short, right up here. So it broke the 666, retested. That's confirmation. So that's short entry on the back test. Huge extension. After a huge extension, and we get oversold properties, you want to start looking for the consolidation and divergence. We have multiple lower high, lower lows, and price action. So let's take a peek at what the oscillation is telling us on Thinkorswim here. Oop. Holy moly. There we go. So the 1 minute over here on the Qs, let's go to that, and we should see us under a lot of support. Yeah, really good divergence here. So we're looking at the MAC, grabbing another higher low here, looking for the MAC to go over. RSI streaming pretty good. We got large volume beats here. A lot of buyers coming in at the lows. And again, like we covered before, pre-market lows, half candle retrace, 100 fib. And then we're just going to look for this thing to kind of walk itself up nice and slow. Nothing too crazy. We had a really good day yesterday. Our PA streak is like 25 green days right now. So nice and slow and controlled as always. So let's get back to the old live. We are trading 6 accounts, so anything on this pop up here, as I said, I'm full into ES. Anything on the pop up here is times 6. So you see all the accounts registering right there in the ES. What's another beautiful thing about Apex? And if you do want to trade with us here at Boiler Room Trading or at Apex, my links and codes are in the description. Nice and handy for you there. So right now we got to get over this 200 SMA. Like I said, we'll get a little back and forth jam here. Slowly but surely. And on the jobs, we don't have too much else. We got Barkin talking right now in the Feds, but you know, he's talking about rate changes and being patient and you know, kind of reiteration. So it's nothing new. Jobs are somewhat neutral. There was no big beat. Unemployment wasn't rising like crazy, so it wasn't going to be a knee-jerker move. So we slowly but surely jam up here. We can also take a peek here at ES real quick and see where those volume profiles are at. And you know my favorite extensions here. We got all the gaps played here. And it's a little static here, so it could chop for, a while, but look at the volume area low. We're right here at volume area low. We have spent a very decent amount of time under volume area low, so we could get that push back to those gaps where VWAP is 666 or even POC in a little bit more, because we do have some healthy consolidation, higher lows, both on the MAC and the RSI working together. In the VIX, like we said, is looking for that crack. So the VIX crack, it'll show a MAC like coming through the halfway point. There we go. Stretch this out. So the MAC has room to the 0 line. RSI is coming through the 50-way. All small bullish indicators stacking up for the scalp here. And again, it's only about 4 points. We're not really looking for anything crazy. 4.5. So no oversizing on this one in the pre. And like I said, for the first time in history, I've ever seen a gap not fill on a 1 minute chart. And that was the 1 minute chart on ES yesterday during the bottom. MES had filled it, but ES did not. And that is something that is brand spanking new, and that gap is way down at 4,973.20. So if we do get a range move here to pop back up on the jobs and then get a roll later, we'll have to be aware of that. But yeah, we should be just fine here. We should get the squeeze. We'll walk everybody through this trade step for step. Our targets up here, 50.11. I always get out a little ahead of time, so I'll probably be out with some orders at 50.11.25. Make sure the guaranteed is fill there because it has to push over a point past. So we are coming up here. So let's set our orders. Okay, orders are all set up for the squeeze as we guaranteed here. Chasing down a 3-part gap on ES is pretty crazy. There's the fill. There's the push into the fill point. Very close. We only got about 0.75 to wait yet. We're looking for about 4 points, which is $100 with 2 ES times 4, so 400 across the board. So this would be about a $2,100, $2,200 day-ish. It just hit the first gap. This is gap number 1. So we're going to get a little hesitation here. And then it's going to do a little quick pop pass to the next gaps here. And potentially 666. All we had to do is break out of the volume zone right here that we talked about, 5,007. So then we're going to get over the 200. That's going to cause the squeeze, right? We had all the oscillation. We had the VIX coming down. All the RSI markers are there. And let's see if we get our little fill. Very close to our $400 mark, or very close to, minus the commissions.
Order filled.
Order filled. So that's our $400 winner, and I'm out pre-last gap. So I got out 2 ticks, got my 4 points I wanted, and 1 trade round trip, $2,000 plus. Thanks for tuning in.